Going. There we are. We are live. Hello, everybody. It's Rabbi Brian. This is the Saturday service. This is officially service number 313. Glad that you're here. I am joined by a group of stalwart questioners. There they are. They're my stalwart questioners. We were just talking about the fact that the word question and the word quest come from the same root as to inquire. And one we were saying might have to do with inquiring within, and one's inquiring without. And we're going to take a moment before we go any further. Do we have any other birthdays besides Tammy's today? All right. Daniel, Tammy, would you say something so you show up right there in this little box?
We're so happy to be here.
There we go. And we are going to sing to you. And I will start it so that we at least have one note. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tammy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Made my birthday even just more beautiful.
Thank
you. And to
your
all
birthday,
of you when you have.
Your birthday
I'm
was.
Go back in the other room in my pajamas.
Go do your thing, my friend. Glad you joined us.
That's very sweet. Thank you, everybody. That really means a lot. Thank you so much.
Oh, Daniel, that reminds me of a terrible joke of somebody goes to a funeral. They don't know anyone. They stand up and they just say plethora. And they sit down and the bereaved say, "Thank you. That means a lot."
Man, hey, I have a good potassium joke. I have a good potassium joke. Okay.
All right. I didn't catch it, Daniel. Can you say that again?
I have a good potassium joke. Okay.
K, potassium.
I actually have a T-shirt of that.
Yeah. Nicely done, folks. I want to start with a little bit of math, which is not a usual thing, but if here I have a circle.
Brian, I'm going to interrupt.
Yes.
Did you make sure that you're streaming to Facebook? Because I can't.
It says Zoom guests are being streamed.
Okay, thank you.
So here's a circle right here. It's a lid to a cap, and here's a string. And if I cut my string, this is a little bit of a math problem. And those of you who know the answer immediately, please stand back so other people can play. Oh, gosh. If I have a string that is the size of the diameter, there's a string going straight across. How many strings of this size will I need if I wanted to go around the circle? So my question is, yeah, some of you I know the answer to this one and know why I'm asking. So, Diana, you look a little... any ideas how many of these strings it would take to go around?
Brian, I am quite math impaired.
Yes.
I'm just going to guess that it's like pi or something.
It's exactly pi. That is exactly what pi is. That's right. So pi is how many diameters it would take to go around the circumference of a circle. It's 3.14159, etc., etc., etc. So now you know what pi is.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about pi where it's really, really cool, and you can totally geek out in pi, is any number you can think of, like your birthday or 999,999, any number you can think of exists in pi. Pi is an infinite number, and you can go on the internet and type in what digits of pi are my birthday, and it will tell you your birthday is 20,442 decimal places in. It's a very cool thing. So today is Pi Day. So happy Pi Day, everyone.
Hey.
Okay, let me take a breath of air. Last week we had a special guest, Lori, who was the Religion Outside the Box intern, ran our service last week. And thank you all for behaving well with the substitute teacher. I was very, very impressed with how kindly everyone took to it. We're going to have a special guest next week as well. I'm not going to say much more about that, but I'm very excited for that. And I might or might not be there to watch to watch live. It depends. We're flying to Florida to visit my father-in-law, and my schedule is not quite clear yet. So, some follow-ups from last week from me to say, and this is a little uncomfortable for me to say. There was nothing leveled at our co-host or Lori, who was hosting, but there were some dehumanizing phrases that were said by people about other people who they dislike. And the phrase orange Cheeto and some other dehumanizing. I think it's fine for us to disagree with other people and for us to have, but to once we dehumanize, we've lost our humanity. And I would ask us to be careful of what we're saying. Some other follow-ups. If you would, I'm going to tell this story, and I'm going to ask for somebody's opinion. I'm going to tell the story, ask for the opinion. I'm going to change a fact in the story, ask for the opinion a second time from somebody else, and then I'm going to change a fact the third time and ask for yet a third person to respond. We'll see how well this goes. Y'all ready? This is a story from my Buddhist teacher, Nagy. He taught me this story. He says, imagine, if you would, you're leaving a supermarket and you're carrying 2 bags of groceries. Why your grocery bags don't have handles on them, I don't know. Why you didn't take a cart to take the groceries out with you to bring them into the car, irrelevant. You're carrying 2 bags of groceries because that's the way this story goes. You're carrying 2 bags of groceries. You walk outside the store, you trip, you fall, the eggs go over here, they break, and the milk goes over here and it spills. And you look to see what you tripped on, and you tripped on a guide dog for a blind person who's seated there. Can you imagine what your reaction to that is? What your initial reaction is when you take the fall, and then what your reaction changes to when you realize what you tripped over? Can I ask for a brave soul? What is your... Let's do it as a group then. What's your immediate reaction when you take the tumble and you see the eggs fly out and break and you see the milk fall out and start to spill? What's your immediate reaction before you notice what you tripped?
Oh,
shit. Oh,
Brace
shit.
yourself so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, you definitely be careful. And then what happens to that feeling when you see you tripped over the guide dog of a blind person?
I would be embarrassed because I didn't notice it.
Okay, give me some other reactions. What's your reaction?
Concern for the dog.
Some concern for the dog? Absolutely.
I'd say, oh my God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we apologize. I can't believe I did that. I tripped over your dog. Anyone else? What would your reaction be? You're carrying the 2 bags of groceries. The eggs fall out this side and the break, and the milk falls out this side and it spills, and your reaction is blank until you see that what you tripped over was a guide dog for a blind person.
Yeah.
Now let me change the story. Here's telling number 2. You're carrying two bags of groceries. Why you're not using bags with handles, I don't know. Why you're not pushing the bags in a cart towards your car, I don't know. But that's the way this story goes. You're carrying the 2 bags of groceries. You go outside the grocery store. You trip. You fall. You see the eggs go off and break over to the one side. You see the milk go off the other side and start to spill. You look behind you and you see that there's a teenage child skateboard that you just tripped over. What's your reaction? You're angry when you first fall. You're scared a little bit. You look back, but instead of it being a guide dog for the blind, it's a teenage child and a skateboard. Talk to me. What's the difference?
I am pissed.
I am pissed. Yes. Keep going.
Yeah. Damn it, put your toys away.
Damn it,
Watch
child,
where
put
you're
your toys away. Yeah, watch what you're doing.
Watch where you're doing what you're doing.
Facial awareness.
Yeah. You young whippersnapper.
Yeah.
Maybe this supermarket parking lot isn't the best place for skateboarding.
Right, we give a little bit of a admonition, and we give them some direction. What they right?
Yeah. Sure.
Example number 3.
Abby. Where you missed a good one from Abby. Oh my gosh, can you help me up, please? That's very
mature.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abby. Scenario number 3. You're carrying 2 bags of groceries. Why you're not using bags with handles, I don't know. Why you're not using a cart to move your groceries to the car, I don't know. But that's the way this story goes. You're carrying 2 bags of groceries. You leave the store. You trip. You fall. Your eggs go off to one side and break. The milk goes off to the other side and starts to spill. And you look back and you see that it's an uneven sidewalk.
Probably say shit.
What's your reaction now?
Well, after learning that I have broken my left big toe, my right elbow, and my left wrist, I write a letter to the city attorney saying, I really want you to fix that.
Okay. You don't turn around and scold the sidewalk. You don't chastise the sidewalk and say, you belong in the skate park. You don't say, oh my gosh, is your sidewalk okay? I tripped over you. I'm trying to bring it back to the dog one, but I'm not doing that very efficiently here. What's the difference? Can we all agree, or can I get, for the most part, do you agree that you would react differently based on what you tripped over?
Yeah.
Sure.
We all are on the same page there. What's the next piece here? What's the moral of Nagy's story? I'll tell that story while you're thinking about that. It's a story told by Pema Chodron about a retreat that she went on, a meditation retreat she went on. And she said she was sitting and meditating and she could hear the radiator clicking behind her. And she went back to her meditation. She let go of the thoughts of the clicking radiator, and then it came back and she hears the radiator clicking again, and she lets go of that, and she continues through the meditation as peacefully as she can. And afterwards she hears people saying, did you hear that man making that clicking sound all throughout meditation? She was fine because she thought it was a radiator. It wasn't a radiator. It was somebody making a clicking sound, but what's the difference? Go ahead, Al. And then Carolyn, if that was you raising your hand, you're up next. No?
Yeah, it just occurs to me that
ahead,
the difference isn't in what happened to us. You know, in either case, we tripped or we heard a click. The difference is in the story that we tell ourselves about why it happened, about what the causes are, about what the circumstances are. And it's just, I guess, for me, the moral of the story is that my reaction to things, it's not always about what happened to me, it's about the story that I tell about what happened to me.
Right.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
I wonder too. I mean, I'd also add maybe because the story is maybe another way to say what happened. You know, it's maybe just a more narrated way of saying what happened. But I think the thing that makes me feel the pain is my judgment about the story. I choose to judge one as being fair and the other one's unfair, but that's just my judgment. And if I leave my judgment, I can be free about feeling badly about it.
Let me ask you a question. You said, I choose what story to believe. Yep. I'm not quite sure that we're doing this consciously. I think it would take... Can you imagine being so enlightened, and by enlightened I mean light on the inside, that you react the same to the sidewalk as you do to the skateboard as you do to the dog? Go ahead, Daniel.
In answer to the question, I think I can imagine it. I'm not sure if I have the ability at this point in time to do it. Yeah. I did want to share one sort of similar story. I walk my dog Cosmo a lot, and a few months ago, early morning, I was walking Cosmo and I ran into another dog owner who walks his dog, Paco. We're talking and look down and I see a pile of dog poop. I know it's not Paco's dog poop, just given I know it's not Paco's. And I kind of said, like, oh man, I hate it when people do that. They don't pick up their poop. You know, frustration, anger, whatever. And the guy, Paco's dad, sort of says, yeah, you know, when I see that, I just try to envision that the person that had the dog was somehow limited in their physical ability, that maybe they couldn't pick up the poop. So I just kind of roll with it. He didn't really say roll with it, but it was helpful for me to hear him say that, because in a weird way, it's like the sidewalk just being, it's like, it's just this thing. It's just this, it's a pile of poop. I pick up 4 or 5 piles of poop every day. So it's no sweat off of my brow to just reach out and pull up another bag, pick up the poop. It's not a big deal. But it was helpful for me because I see dog poop a lot. And I this is somewhat a dog poop metaphor, Rabbi. I apologize for sort of taking it off into this thing, but it's helpful for me to hear the story about carrying the 2 bags that don't have handles and you're not using a cart, because that's the way the story is. To kind of go, do I have that ability? Do I have that ability to just kind of look back and no matter what I see, skateboard, you know, dog, etc., do I have the ability to just kind of like be with it? I don't know.
Right.
I answer that question.
Absolutely.
Pretty well said for a guy who doesn't know.
It's
pretty well said for a guy who
aspirational.
doesn't know. That's awesome. Really.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
You're good, Dennis. One of the it's okay. Let me take Ron. Thank you, Daniel.
So the bit about falling over and tripping on an inanimate object, a piece of concrete, that happened to me in Missoula. I did break 3 bones, and when I wasn't angry, I wasn't angry, but my reaction was, I don't want that to happen to anybody else.
Correct.
And, and I don't think we can really choose what reaction we have consciously, at least not initially.
Correct. What I'm talking about here, what Nagy was talking about, folks, that's going to take a shit ton of work to be able to do this.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of practice, and it's going to take us being willing to give up our righteous indignation and anger. I don't think I want to do that. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, you're on mute. And let me time out while Jack's fumphing with his microphone.
I got it. Okay,
If we think of it as the computer glitched Jack out, or we think of Jack's incompetent with a mute, right? If it was his fault, we might have a different reaction to, oh, that dumb doo-doo. That was my great alliteration there. We might have a different reaction if we know it's not the person doing it. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, well, the four things that always go around in my mind are, as far as the trip and fall outside the supermarket, is evaluation, blame, judgment, and justification. Those four things.
Wait. You're gonna have to do that a little slower. Evaluation, blame. I got 2 out of 4, which is a passing grade.
And judgment and justification.
All right, now that I have the words, tell me what we're doing with them.
Well, that's what goes around in my brain.
Is this in order, or these are just 4 separate?
Well, it can go. There's many ways it can go, but essentially, I fell. I fell. I evaluate the fact that I fell, and do I blame the dog or do I blame myself? And if I blame myself, I'm making a judgment on it, and the fact that I'm laying down there, and I get angry is justification for it.
Question: Where do I throw in the? Where is a break? So these go smack in order, very quickly. Where can I add in a little stop so that I'm not
reacting?
Before blame.
Not reacting to what happened.
Not reacting to what happened.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack. It gives us a lot to think about.
There's a lot there.
This remind me of the... who's that quote about adding a space? Between stimulus and response, there is a space.
Viktor Frankl.
Viktor Frankl. And in that space lies our... This is not me judging you. This is me not me questioning. I can't remember how the whole quote goes. Does somebody have it offhand?
I believe it's freedom, but I'm not sure.
And in that space lays our freedom. Yeah, that sounds about right. Between stimulus and response, between falling and blaming, or falling and giving the dog a cookie, between stimulus and response there is a space. And in making that space larger, I'll get you in a moment, Larissa. I got somebody ahead of you still. Between stimulus and response there's a space. And in that space lies our freedom to choose. And it's the larger space we can make. Larissa, I'm holding up 2 little stick figure puppets. Right? There's stimulus and there's response, and they go hand in hand until we get older and wiser and we're able to separate the 2 out a little bit. Between stimulus and response. Does anyone have the exact quote?
Yeah, just put it in the chat. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Oh, there you go.
This renowned quote attributed to psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl highlights that we can choose how to react rather than reacting automatically, fostering personal growth and agency. Thank you, Dan, for posting that. Ellen or Andy? Or both?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
The discussion reminds me of a piece that I have had in front of my desk for 30 years that I try to remember all the time. I think it's written by a clergyman. Some of you may have seen it. And in essence, it says life is 90% our attitude. Oh, now I had it in my head and I forgot. It's 10% of what happens to us and 90% of our reaction to it, our attitude.
Yeah. And you just did a perfect example of that. Is you didn't have control over forgetting the thing, but you have control over how you react to having forgotten it. Life is 90% our reaction to the 10% that happens. Right. Let me take Larice, and then I'll get to you, Diana. Oh, and then Rita. Gotcha.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I've fallen quite a bit, like this past year and everything. But one incident came up when I was going to Petco to do my dog, his nails and all that stuff. And then I go out the door with him, and I didn't do it correctly, how to go out the door correctly. I just didn't. And the consequences of my actions, what happened was my foot got stuck going out, and Oliver got wigged out, and he went fast. He speeded out of the door, and I landed on the ground on my side, one side. Well, I laid there on my side, and people came up and tried to help me, and I was shocked because it happened so quickly. I didn't react at the time. I didn't react. People were helping me. A woman comes by and comes up to me and says, "You're having a bad day. Here's a piece of dark chocolate."
All right.
Yay!
Yeah, and I was just floored. I was just laughing. And then I had people help me and everything and all that, and I got home, and of course I couldn't walk for a couple months from it. But what I went back to is, don't do that again. You have a way that you know how to get out of the door. Don't let that happen again. So what I'm saying is, you go back.
You can learn.
Like that guy with the bags. Next time you use a cart so you can see in front of you. You don't do that. You fall. You use something different, yes. So you don't have that reaction. So you don't do that. But yes, I had to tell you that story about the woman and the chocolate. It's just,
I love it.
It made me laugh, and I had people helping. So it all depends on the circumstances. I've fallen before and just ranted and raved. Yeah. I got pissed off, which is fine. But I didn't get pissed off at anybody. So
you're just angry without an object. That's fantastic. Thank you, Larice. Go ahead, Diana.
So, Brian, can you pull Jack's four-parter back up? Yeah.
Evaluation, blame, judgment, justification.
Yeah. So what was occurring to me is around blame, that I know I have habits of mind around blame. And, it can either be I blame myself, or I blame externally, or blame the stuff out there. And my habit of mine is to blame myself. What an idiot. Why don't you pick up your feet? You're getting older. Ugh. Yeah. And there's a relationship with shame there too. Blame ourselves. It can be just, I can't abide the idea of being so flawed. And then it gets redirected out.
Diana,
it's just
I think you said that shame is very sticky, I think was your words.
Yeah. I think I borrowed those words from you, but yes. Very sticky.
All right, let's agree. No, okay. My phrase is that shame has a very long half-life.
Half-life, you're right.
Shame is sticky was yours.
Okay,
it's all
agreed.
Good. Rita, go ahead. Thank you.
Well, I guess the thing that I find when stuff like that happens is my sense of humor. And I think that has gotten me through a lot of problems. I don't have to blame anybody. I just laugh at it. Now, if something's broken, like an arm or a leg, that isn't funny anymore. But most of the examples that I've heard,
yeah,
just seeing the humor of it is what I do primarily.
Yes. I went once to a pool hall with my buddy Greg, and they didn't have any tables that we could play pool at. So we got a drink and we watched. There was a tournament that night happening, and people would play a game, move, and they'd rotate, and I heard so many people cursing and cussing and frustrated, and there was one guy who kept laughing, and every time he hit a bad shot, he went, "Oh, look at that!" And I thought, what a wonderful role model and example. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, humor is fantastic. It can be fantastic. I wanted to look at that space, the Viktor Frankl space between stimulus and response. And this is what I know, that I can expand space. I know that the way I'm constructed, or the way my family of origin, whatever you want to call it, that space is very close. But I know that with patience, time, dedication, mistakes, humor, I can expand that space.
Yes.
I wanted to share an example that I'm not proud of, but it's an example of how I know that I have the ability to do that. Again, back to Cosmo, my dog. On Thanksgiving Day 2025, I was walking him before we're going to go to my cousin's house for Thanksgiving dinner. And basically he was attacked by a pit bull. It was just horrible, awful, etc. The owner of the pit bull, and I don't want to vilify pit bulls. Pit bulls are wonderful dogs. This just happened to be a pit bull. The owner of the dog was very apologetic, and you guys, I was so mad, and I just wanted to and I can be a dick. I can be a really nasty, mean person. And I wanted to light into this person and yell at them and ridicule and la la la. I'm on the ground tending to Cosmo. He's fine, by the way. Tending to him in the moment. He had a little bit of a scar, bloody thing, the small little thing. And this other person shows up, and this other person is someone who I don't like. They don't like me. We don't like each other. We're neighbors, and we just sort of I avoid them. And I realized that I on my best behavior in front of the dog owner, because I didn't want this person who I don't like to think less of me. And I like instantaneous, like, oh, excuse my language, oh, shit, it's her. I gotta be on my best behavior because I don't want her to have any ammunition to tell other people what a bad person I am, because I know that she is and I'm not. So I was the nicest. I was the nicest victim of a pit bull attack you can ever imagine. I was like, it's okay. Accident. I was on the ground, like crying, going, it's okay. Accidents happen. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's all right. It's all right. What I really want to do is like, rip them a new one. But I offer this example because I know that space, stimulus response, I have the ability to kind of somehow expand on that. Not the example I'm most proud of. But
it's very real.
So I just wanted to share that thing.
Thank you, Daniel. I'm going to make a quick list, and we're gonna play a game. Now, those of you who have been with me for a long time know that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be fun, but it's a game. I want a list of 25 things that have happened to you in the last week. This is for us to do collectively as a group. 25 things that are annoying, irksome, bothersome, and any of those things. Give me a thing that happened.
I got honked at when I was driving.
Let's try that again, Meg. Go ahead. And then put your hand up so I know that you have one to say.
I got honked at when I was driving.
Okay.
And I'm a lovely driver.
Of course you are. You're above 50%. Bad drivers. Okay. Being scolded. Who's got another one? Yeah,
Airport
Larice.
delay.
And
racing up and down the street and make racing, that loud noise bothers the hell out of me. I want to kill.
I'm going to make that a little more into dangerous driving. Because not everyone has racing on their street. Go ahead, Anne, and I forgot who else's hand was up.
My phone died and I was too dependent on it.
I'm going to say phone troubles. We're going for ones that everyone's had. Yes, Stephen.
I don't know how you shorten this one, but I was asked to do services at Great Lakes because the senior chaplain couldn't be there. So I drove an hour to go lead services and discovered that it was double booked. And I had run off, keeping my wife from having dinner with my wife. So I was glad to hand it off and run back and have dinner with her. But
time wasted and being deprioritized.
I'll take those.
Go ahead, Alex, and then Daniel, and then Dennis. And I'd love to hear from you if you've not said anything today. It's all the more fun.
My husband took a pen off my desk.
Oh my God, missing item. I'm going to say missing item.
Yes.
My daughter took the car keys with her to school.
Ooh.
I might have texted her something obnoxious. Missing items. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, tripping on curbs.
Tripping. Dennis?
On curb.
Well, I'm trying to do something for that everyone's had. Tripping or being klutzy. What do you got, Dennis?
Banking errors.
Okay. I'm going to add being on hold. Being on hold and being told that my call is important to them and being told that they're experiencing higher than normal call volume and then finally talking to a person who's not helpful at all. Go ahead, James, and then Dan, and then Jack, and then Ruth. Hi, Ruth.
A coworker implied that I am stupid.
Oh. Implied dumb stupid. Yeah, who was next? Dan.
Tried a new food, it wasn't good.
Bad food. Ruth.
AI correcting incorrectly.
Oh, that's a good one. Do you know what word 99% of people say incorrectly? Incorrectly.
Oh.
Y'all, all right, I'm going to put this one up here as bad puns.
Oh.
Go ahead, Jack. Jack being on mute.
You're muted.
You're muted, Jack. I'm pretty sure I just read Jack's lips that said, to hell with this.
Yep. People getting in my way and not paying attention.
I'm going to put other people.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how we're going to play this game, folks. I will make a list of all these things and put it in the 2-point follow-up. Here's what I'm going to want you to do. You're going to get to do this at home. I want you to make a bingo card. Bingo cards have 5 columns and 5 rows. Did I do 5? This is my center row. This one is called Other People. And I want you to fill out bad food, being on hold. I want you to fill out a bingo card. Not only with the words that I put in, but things that you know annoy you. And we're going to play a game. First person to get 5 things on their bingo card to happen in a row, I'm going to send $100 to.
Yeah, you're right. Sense of humor.
Yeah, seriously.
He'll do it.
Do you want to play? What happens to all these annoying things if you play my game? Go ahead, Avi.
Oh my gosh, I'll just be waiting for somebody to like cuss me out. I'll be like welcoming it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it works.
Now, I'm going to have to leave you all to be trustworthy individuals that you're not going to tell me you've gotten 5 in a row until you've actually gotten 5 in a row. And no encouraging the things to happen.
Oh, come on. Hey, I just want to say that for the Canadians, this is like 100 US for us.
I didn't say 100. I didn't say which currency I was using.
I'm just telling you, it has to be 100 US. Even.
Wow.
Even for Canadians? Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Canadians didn't want
It's
anything
like
to do with the
300 for us.
It's going up as you keep going.
Isn't that annoying?
So let me circle us back. The things that annoy us. Where is Andy? It's what Andy said. It's 90% our perception. It's 10% what happens. Meg, you look upset by this.
No, I'm not. I had a thought that's off track.
Let's see if we have anything else on track. I do have a question, is if Avi does this game and nobody else actually does it, will you be angry at Avi for getting the $100?
Not if I didn't try.
Maria, I see you.
Okay. So let me tell you where this annoyance bingo comes in handy. And then, Maria, I'll take your off-trackness. When I do funerals, and I don't offer this to every family that I'm consoling, but often I will say, I just did this with a buddy of mine. I said, anytime somebody, I want you, and I said to him, I can't think of his name right this moment. His last name's Kaplan, and Josh Kaplan. Thank you. Sorry. I had to get that to calm myself down. He has a brother, Nick. I said, Josh, I want you and Nick to keep track of who was told the most offensive thing as like somebody goes to tell you something of comfort, but they say something absolutely horrible instead. I want you and Nick to play a game of whoever gets told the least compassionate thing wins a prize. And then I explained the reason we're playing this game, the reason I want you to play this game is so that when somebody says something totally offensive and wrong, the worst one I got from one of my students once told me that she was told by somebody at her grandfather's funeral, this was the consolation she was given was, well, nobody really liked your granddad anyway.
Oh dear.
Were it that she didn't have my handy game to play, I can imagine she would have been more upset. Our delightful friend Carol Ox, are you available to give your perspective on this? I heard something from Carol. I don't feel free to share it. But if she wanted to share it, and I'm glad. Okay, let's go towards Maria. Where's Maria? There's Maria. Hi, Maria.
I'm here. Why are we coming to me?
It was Meg.
Oh, Meg.
I'm innocent. I was thinking how this relates back to what you first started with, Brian. In terms of othering others.
Dehumanizing others.
Dehumanizing others. And I can sort of see how this fits in, because our first reaction is often, oh shit, there they go again. If I can go to some other thought, like, okay, they are really a human being. They have the same chromosomes I do, if they're female. And that kind of thing, it makes it easier.
Thank you, Meg, for bringing it back full circle. If in my moments of great compassion, I remember that there are people who are scared that things don't fit well in either or black and white boxes. And when I think about how terrified these people are, and I can understand why they want to put up walls. And I can have compassion and be human towards them, as opposed to wanting to lambast. Thank you, Meg. Maria, we're going to go to you for some prayer time. Oh, wait, no. Before we do that, I have an announcement that 3 Saturdays ago, I talked about if somebody does something that's annoying and you know they're going to do something that's annoying, oughtn't we be able to keep ourselves from getting annoyed? And somebody contacted me afterwards and said, you know what? It's okay to be annoyed. And I thought, yeah, it's okay to be annoyed. If we weren't annoyed, we wouldn't, where are our principles? So we should get annoyed from time to time. So thank you for that. Another follow-up, I have one more follow-up, then a new idea. I pointed out the sign behind me which says kindness, compassion, and love, and then line 2 says God. And I have a new thought about this, is that when we are talking about kindness, compassion, and love, we are talking about God. Okay.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. Well, if we're doing it right, sure. 2 other things. 1, when we have opinions of ways other people should do it better, we should be I'm in an Uber, a Lyft, technically. I'm in a Lyft, and the driver says, well, they need to change the signaling of the stoplights here around the airport. And they need to put in a Wi-Fi repeater in the garage so that you can more easily see the location of the driver and of the person who's picking it up. And out of my mouth came the words, I'm sure they've already thought of the easy solutions, which felt a little obnoxious to say. When we have opinions of ways to do it better and it seems simple to us, it's probably not that simple of a solution.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend who worked for the governor's office, and she said, if it winds up on the governor's desk, there's no easy solution. If there were an easy solution, it wouldn't wind up on the governor's desk. Okay. I have a new acronym for us.
YAFCO.
Yet another growth opportunity.
Yeah.
It is yet another growth opportunity. The F is optional. I think that's what we're talking about here on Saturdays, is we keep talking about other growth opportunities. And you know what? I'm sick of growing, and why don't they fucking grow up instead of me having to do all this work? It's just how it is. Maria, can you lead it?
While you're growing, it's 10 minutes too. We got to get our prayers in.
That's what I was just saying. Maria, can you take us away with prayers? thoughts for...
I can.
Thank you.
These are the people to whom we are sending light and love. Ken and Cheryl, Shar in spirit, Greg and Lori, Mish, Gilla Kosher, Carol O, Sheridan H, Arlene Hill, Ebony and Beth Carney, Colin and kids, Patrick, Lois and Daryl, Nick and Julie Olson, Olivia, Shirley, and Paris. If there is another person in our community to whom we can offer light and love, please put their name in the chat, and I will add them to the list on Facebook. And for the people who aren't named, but who are in our thoughts, we send them light and love as well.
Let's take a minute. I want to ask you, what are you taking with you from today's talk, from our community gathering today? What's the moral of the story? What's the thing you think you're going to be thinking on? Somebody says, well, what did you talk about at that Rabbi Brian's community gathering? Or however you want to describe it. What are you taking with you?
A good reminder for me for the stimulus and response, or stimulus and reaction, and putting space in between.
Yeah, thank you, Maria.
So I can respond.
Growing that space between stimulus and response. And hopefully we'll all have people we hate watching us so that we are forced to be kinder to other people, to dogs. What else are you taking with you today? Go ahead,
I just
Al.
put it in the chat, but confusing people who piss me off by yelling bingo.
Avi, watch out. James is on you. Go ahead, Al, and then Daniel.
Yeah, just feeling a little sadness that my reaction to falling is so dependent on the story that I have to tell about why I fell.
Right? Oh. Can you say that one more time, Al? I lost the beginning part for the end part.
Feeling a little sadness.
Sadness.
That my reaction to my reaction to the experience of falling, how dependent that reaction is on my story about why I fell.
Yeah. I go with surprise at it. Sadness too. Daniel, what do you got?
Yeah.
Two things, and just one is that they're in that space of stimulus response. If I'm angry, there's a certain validation of my existence in that anger. I feel very alive in that moment. It's not an aliveness that I particularly like, but it is something that I want to try and lean into divorcing myself from, to sort of say, is there an aliveness that is equal to that in a different space? And that different space may be what I was originally going to say, which is don't forget humor. Someone brought in humor, and humor is such a wonderful way to diffuse so many things, if not own emotional state in the moment. You're going to go, oh, whatever. You make the joke. It allows me to process. So leaning into the space between stimulus and reaction, and leaning into humor.
Things that are amazing. It is amazing to me that the thing that really annoyed us at the time becomes a really good story that's funny later.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it funny is that there's a surprise element to it. And it's a great story to tell. But while you're living it live, it's hardly ever as fun. Go ahead, Ruth.
You're one of your favorite sayings. It's okay not to be okay.
Let me make some announcements. My first announcement is this one. I don't know who needs to hear this phrase today. Possibly you do. If it would help your life to say these words aloud, I'm going to make a little space here for you to say them aloud.
It's okay.
Okay, not to be okay.
Okay, not to be okay.
Oh, and I have another announcement. It's okay not to be okay. This one, on a little piece of ruler, I have written the following words. It says on it,
Love them
anyways.
Love them anyways. Or love them anyways, or at least try. Last announcement. If you are not making a monthly donation to Religion Outside the Box, please do. It helps me to be able to offer... It's a weird thing, but in order for me to be able to offer free programming, it costs money. So thank you for all those who do make donations. Good luck on your bingo. Email me. Let me know how it goes.
I hope we get a winner next week.
Yeah. 100 Canadian dollars. Amazing. It's great. Let's wave goodbye to everyone, and we'll say thank you to the people who are watching on Facebook and watching afterwards on YouTube. The rest of us get to go to breakout rooms, so if Alex, you take us away from that.